start that recording and start that stream. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Horsin Around, a dumbass cast. I am your host, with a special new look. Andrew Callahan from Channel 5 News.
You already said this multiple times on stream.
Dwight from The Office.
Yeah. And with me today I have
No, he's not Dwight. He's the other one. He's Andy?
That's
the kid
definitely
from Toy Story. Yeah,
Yes.
he's Andy.
These are Dwight's colors, but I am Andrew
We're not
Callahan
aiming for the truck.
for Channel 5 News, and I have two lovely guests with me. If you'd like to introduce yourselves.
I'm Jack Burton from Big Trouble in Little China. Why am I this? Because it's literally a white shirt and jeans.
Incredible.
I'm Lupin the Third, and I can't open a lock. I don't know how to do it.
Oh God! What was your character, Jacob? I know you mentioned it before.
I'm Jack Burton from Big Trouble in Little China, but I have the jacket on because I don't have the tank top with the caricature on it.
I
for
see.
obvious reasons. Because if you watch Big Trouble in Little China, you're like, oh yeah, no, that's fine. This actually works for the movie. Because Jack Burton is a bumbling idiot.
Wow.
But if you don't get that, then you'll be like, I don't know if that's gonna fly, dog. And so then you go, oh yeah, you're probably right.
Oh yeah, the shirt.
Alternatively, if I had a beard, I could be Kurt Russell in The Thing.
You could.
If you haven't noticed, Kurt Russell costumes are very easy because it's just a jean jacket and a white shirt.
It's just Kurt Russell and his hair, and then he wears some.
See, I got the hair. I got
clothes.
the Jack Burton hair, though.
Yeah, no, you got it.
I don't have the Jack Burton hairline, though. I'm fucking jealous
Yeah.
of Kurt Russell's fucking hairline. Goddamn immaculate.
But you guys are we're all, I think all of our outfits end up just making us look like dapper fellows, except for maybe the hair.
We're all
this part
all looking good tonight.
But,
also, my Jack Burton impression was ass because the problem is that Jack Burton is Kurt Russell doing an impression of John Wayne poorly, and so therefore I'm trying to do I tried doing a impression of Kurt Russell poorly, and that doesn't sound right.
Yeah.
It
You really
sounds
should
more
have
like-
just gone for
You're
Kurt
in
Russell
keeping
as
with
Santa Claus.
the idea behind your costume.
What?
You're in keeping with the idea behind your costume.
Well, I'm all about artistic integrity.
I mean, I just like that jean jacket in general. I like the little fleece on the pop out.
It's very nice and warm.
Yeah.
It's very warm.
Perfect for this October day.
Yeah.
Yes. It do be October.
Hola, Jumex. Nice to see you again. This is our podcast show where we fuck around for an hour. So hope you enjoy.
Oh yeah, I meant to come by Telling Tales Thursday, but I had an exam on Friday that I didn't do well on, and then I had an exam on a day that I did okay on.
Okay, you did okay on the exam. That's good. You did okay.
Everyone did fucking awful on my other exam. It was pretty fun.
So you're hoping for that curve to come in clutch.
Yes, but we're also not sure how well she will curve the grade because we're worried that she's a little bit more tough than some of the other professors. And
Gotcha.
So
There's
if it
always
doesn't
one.
get curved,
There's always one.
it'll be bad. Also, I got a homework in that class, and I didn't do well on the homework because I couldn't get to office hours because I was working. So,
oops,
I'm not doing well in that class.
Do you have like 3 big exams throughout your semesters? It sounds like because this seems like
Depends
the
on the
2/3. Oh yeah.
For 2 of my classes, I only have 2 exams. I know it's the grade, basically.
Okay. Cool.
Oh no, that's not true. For those classes, there's technically homework that is a grade. But like I said, I did pretty poorly on my homework for that class. And also, there was only 1 homework.
How did you fuck up the 1 homework?
The one and only.
Because the homework has really hard questions on it. I can send you the homework. It's
I'll do it for you. I got you, man. Don't worry, I'll get you.
It also doesn't help that this is a very qualitative class, and we don't do a lot of actual math questions in class. And then you get a homework that's nothing but math questions, and you go, but you didn't teach us this.
I have one of those classes.
Yeah.
And I go, whoa.
Not optimal.
And then she's like, well, it's a graduate level course. You gotta prepare.
You gotta just know these things. You expect me to teach them to you?
Yeah.
You gotta learn.
No,
you gotta
like,
just know.
You can anticipate what will be on the exam.
Yeah.
You could have at least told me like, hey, this is where you look. Like, I don't know if you know this, but like when you don't know something and someone says, hey, you gotta learn this to be prepared for it, they typically then go, oh yeah, here's a couple of places you can probably find some information. Instead of being like, hey, you don't know what this is? Too bad. Fuck.
Well, I think you'll manage. You made it through 4 years of college already. You're gonna make it through the next 2 or 4 or however many you
I
end
don't know.
up
I just
doing.
want to pass.
There you go. Yeah, the 8 years. Yeah, go for your fucking full PhD doctorate and
You want to make it 16.
Just stop. Jacob, you want to just be in academia forever, right? So maybe you will just do that.
I know. Kind of just want to be in academia forever, not make any money, go to sleep at reasonable hours, teach at unreasonable hours, give
There
people
you go.
exams.
Oh, so then you'll be the one that gives people the exams that they fail.
Sorry, this is a graduate level course. I didn't prepare you for the exam to test you. That's the joke.
That's on you.
That's on you.
Bye-bye. I have tenure, so get fucked.
And then you go, yeah, but like the places you told us to look for questions didn't even help. They don't even have it. They don't even explain the questions.
Mm-hmm.
Just a link to the Dune movie.
She told us
She
2 books, and she was like, "This is the important one," and then the other book was the one with the actual question. And I was like, "But I looked at the first book that you said was important. What?" And then people were like, "But the second book doesn't even help you answer the question, so it doesn't." Yeah,
Great. Love
this
it.
is a fun time.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Fun times.
They can't
I got it
fail everybody.
open.
Wait, you got it?
I got it open.
Oh my god.
See, this is how it works. Jack Burton, he's just here for distraction.
Yeah, he's here to be a bumbling idiot while open the third, fucking solve the puzzles, and then Andrew Callahan just interviews everybody after the fact. So in tune with that, yeah. What's up with you? Starting up a lock picking hobby, Brad? Is that?
Yeah. So I watched a lock picking lawyer video in like January of this year. I was like, that's kind of cool. Yeah, I'm gonna buy a lock picking set and I'm gonna learn how to do it. And I bought it and then I did not learn. So I'm back trying again.
Much like me on my exam.
Nice.
Exactly. And I didn't even know where to look. I mean, that probably would have been a good place to start, but I didn't look there. I just decided to do it myself.
Yeah.
And I did get it open one time.
There you go. I really like that. Like, there was a mutual person that we both know from college that also was into lock picking, and they had the same thing with the clear locks and stuff. I think that's a really cool way to visual.
I wish that narrowed it down because I feel like we knew a couple of people in college.
Well, they all taught. I think one person taught it to the next person,
yes.
And like so on and so forth. But I'm just saying that to.
And much like other things that happened in college, it got found out by Res Life and is in perpetual jail. Res Life, they got a bigger lock, and then they fucking locked you behind it. That's what happened.
That's why you learn to lockpick, so you can get out.
No, they said no. Try me on this one, and then we did try him on that. Well, I shouldn't say we. I wasn't affiliated with the association. And then they said, "Oh, we will do it." And then they're like, "You fucking idiot! We put a camera right next to the lock. We fucking caught you. Now you're going to big jail now."
You knew it was me doing it. You told me to do it.
Don't do this. All right, we won't do this. These fucking idiots. We're gonna do it. Oh wait. They paid attention to us when we said, "Don't do this. Seriously, don't do this." And then we did it. Oh, sorry. I met up with old CSHers. Oh shit! I just doxed myself. It's okay. I don't want to watch it.
It's like It's like we never have mentioned the name of the organization that we were part of on the show before.
All I like to say is that you recorded some episodes inside headquarters, and that makes you more culpable than me.
Yeah. When I was originally pitching the show, I was pitching it towards the org as like an org podcast that I would then leave to other people when I left. Kind of glad I didn't do that. Glad that.
Yeah, what are they going to talk about now? Bad takes on RAT fucking shit. I'm just doxing myself all over the place.
Two in a row.
Yeah.
I just love giving out my information. Yeah, what are they gonna do? Like, fucking, like.
I mean, you're not currently.
What would even the
going to
podcast be
RT.
now? What would the podcast be now? It would be people talking about their bad takes about RT, saying, "Hey guys, can you please get tested and not give COVID to everyone like they did this week?"
Well, I mean, there's very different groups of people that are in that are in CSH these days. That it depends on who is running the show. That would determine what would be discussed.
Is there even a show to run anymore? This is part of the discussion.
This is the show.
Listen, it's episode 90. We're 10 episodes away from episode 100. We are going to make it to 100.
I meant the organization that already said the name of. You're gonna bleep all this out, like live on stream, right?
No, we're not gonna fucking. There's nothing to talk about. It's fucking. They're fucking locked down right now. So that's just what's happening. But yeah, I don't know. Fucking. I do want to talk about. I mean, I kind of just want to talk about this past month in terms of spooky stuff in general, because it's been my month-long
do we want to do a
marathon
month-long wrap up?
Yeah. Of all the horror movies that I've been seeing.
We should have done a bracket just like last week.
Oh, fuck.
More brackets.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I could really bracket these movies because they're all so different, right? Like
tier list.
Well, I mean, at that point, I could just pull up my letterbox and show you the fucking ratings I gave all these movies.
No, tier list.
Tier list.
Movie I've watched
movie, Paranormal Activity, fucking sucks ass. How about that? That's a good start.
Hold on, Nick, you're going too fast.
Tier?
God.
Hold on, make a template.
Are you actually gonna make a tier list right now?
Well, you better fucking talk and fill the time as I make a tier list for us.
All right, I've got something to say.
Okay, what's up?
I didn't end up watching any spooky movies this season because I forgot it was Halloween until like yesterday.
What do you mean?
So the scariest thing I watched this year was Nick playing Dead by Daylight on stream.
That is scary, but that's more about
I haven't even played Dead by Daylight this month on stream.
It's haunting how like bad he is. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, all right. I don't need this kind of criticism.
I'm just kidding, Nick. You're good at Dead by Daylight.
You're
good at Dead by Daylight.
I'd say I'm half decent.
The scariest thing I watched was Welcome to Marwin. Sorry, continue.
What the hell is that?
Just look up Welcome to Marwin and then hate yourself.
Welcome. Well, no, fucking explain yourself. So I have to look this up now.
I'm trying to find my fucking friends list on Letterboxd because it's impossible to find your friends on this goddamn app.
Yeah, it's kind of not well designed. Oh, the fucking I keep seeing that on my Letterboxd homepage because you guys reviewed it recently. It's got a weird fucking doll of.
Why'd you only diary entry some of these, Nick?
What do you mean? I gave them all reviews. Go to my reviews page. Every movie has a review.
Why didn't you diary entry them so I know what order we watched them in?
Because you could just look at the fucking list I made. Oh my god, I could literally just pull. I have it up right now.
I'm Nick, and I'm taking a big poop.
I watched a bunch of fucking scary movies over the last month. Here are all the movies. I still have to watch Halloween, which is today, the 2018 one, and then I'm watching Halloween Kills tomorrow in theaters. So we'll see how that goes. But I've watched the other 29 of these movies.
Right.
And I had not seen any of them before, so
Nick, I've got like 24 more hours, just about, of October. What do I watch in that time?
Ooh, okay.
An episode of 24, but in real time.
No, watch Scream and Scream 2. Just watch all the Screams. I want to watch the rest of the Screams personally at this point.
Scream 4. Unironically, kind of a sleeper hit. I love Scream 4.
Yeah, I mean, I
have not seen Scream 2 or 3.
Scream 3 I heard was the black sheep, but Scream 2 was very good. But yeah, Scream 1 and 2, very good. Otherwise on this list, I mean, it's Halloween, so I think you should watch Halloween if you haven't seen it.
I knew that was coming.
If you have seen it, maybe watch it again. I think it was pretty good. And then other than that, I loved The Shining. I'll just go through my 5-star picks. How about that?
Is that the new Shining or the old Shining? No, they didn't make a new Shining, right? It was Dr. Dream.
They made Dr. Sleep. I need to see that. Yeah. I've heard varying opinions on it.
Dr. Sleep, very poopy stinky, but kind of silly.
Okay.
I laugh at Dr. Sleep. Dr. Sleep also has some things where I'm like, wow, this is some of the greatest shit I've seen. And then other times the movie plays and I go, wow.
They made this.
They really did make this. 5-star films that I watched this month. I watched so the other thing is that yesterday I watched the new Candyman. and I actually didn't like it as much as the original Candyman, Jacob. I know you said that you liked it more.
But I also said I know how it goes. If you really like the original Candyman, you're gonna like the new Candyman less, and if you're not super hot on the original Candyman, you're gonna like the new Candyman more.
I did like a lot of things about the new Candyman.
That's the trade-off.
But I feel like it got it got like a little overcomplicated. I feel like they had a good core.
It's not that complicated.
I mean, but there were like things. I don't want to spoil it because it was good enough to warrant not
just say the main character isn't a white graduate student.
That's not what I'm saying.
I
knew that was what you were gonna fucking throw
movie.
at me as soon as I fucking said I didn't like it as much as the original. That's not what I'm saying. I like that part of it. All right. That narrative was good. I don't understand the fucking. I'll keep it vague. Laundromat Man didn't understand what his whole deal was. Didn't really like. I understand him explaining
I thought this movie was Candyman, not Laundromat Man.
No, Laundromat Man works as a servant of Candyman because Candyman is a representation of the cyclical and intergenerational trauma the African American community faces as a result of both police brutality but also societal neglect.
Yes, I understand that. But
and
why?
that man internalizes that by going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs and saying, I'm going to eat the candy and put the razor blades in my mouth. Wah! And you're like, whoa, all right.
But are you... So he was... But the thing was that he was the fucking... Was he not...
I also wanted to be clear. I like the new Candyman. But, like,
Yeah.
I don't think it's, like, a masterpiece. It's got problems.
don't...
Yeah, the Laundromat Man, you're like, okay, but, like, all right, dude. Chill out.
I didn't understand. Was the Laundromat Man... He was the guy at the beginning of the movie who saw him in the washing... That's why he was... That's actually pretty cool that he was doing laundry.
He saw firsthand innocent African American man get fucking shot by the... like, murdered.
Are you saying that he then
internalized that...
razor blades in the candy?
No, he didn't. No. He puts razor blades in the candy at the end of the movie. That's how he cuts up his mouth at the end of the movie.
Okay.
There's razor blades in his candy.
Yeah, in modern times.
Him witnessing a horrific crime and the perpetuality of Candyman as I'm gonna fucking kill motherfuckers. I shouldn't have said that.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna kill people. As like a way to just like fuck anybody who's coming as not a threat. Well, yeah, kind of a threat. As like, it's almost using like the violence that happens as an outward force by using Candyman to fucking murder a bunch of these like, wealthy people who are, well, not even wealthy people, but
just people.
The literal representations of like the disadvantages African American people face in society as a result of a wealthier upper class.
Yeah. But then also
statistically white.
And like, but he also Candyman killed his sisters, right? Like that was another scene.
Yes,
late in the movie,
that was
right?
one of the scenes where I was like, I don't.
Yeah.
You're kind of contradicting yourself on that.
Right. He literally gets like people close to him murdered. He's just like, you know what? It's for the greater good. I'm just gonna go for Cocoa Puffs for this man.
Well, he did go.
Yeah.
Which means he was like, "Hey, I'm sorry, I messed this. I didn't."
He smiles as he sees his sisters. The Candyman smiles at this small child as his sisters like get on the ground. And
anyway, I'm
like,
going back into the shower. See ya.
Yeah. Anyways, I mean, I think both of them are great enough to consider watching. Other 5-star movies were The Thing, The Shining, It Follows was very good modern horror.
But not It. It Follows.
It Follows. It is a fun movie. Not like top tier horror.
It Too is a movie.
It Too is a comedy movie.
Yeah.
It Too is a comedy. It Too is a movie where you sit in the theater and you're like, what the fuck? Hey, did you guys put on is the projector guy back there? Did you guys put on the movie? What's happening?
And then by far, I think the scariest movie that I've seen this month, and I think I will never watch again, but was absolutely excellent horror, was Hereditary.
Hereditary is so good, dude.
Hereditary is just on another level of just fucked up imagery and presentation and tension. and I fucking hated like almost every second of watching it, but it was so good. And I do literally mean that I will, if somebody's putting on Hereditary, I will either actively try to stop them or just leave. I don't think I could ever sit through that movie again. It's too fucking gross. But yeah.
Shit, I can't copy the posters from Letterboxd. It's an HTML. Fuck.
Get fucked. Yeah, those are the movies I'd recommend from this month. As well as Halloween, and then maybe Halloween and the new one and Halloween Kills, if they turn out to be good, which I'm about to find out.
More like Halloween Kills at the box office. Oh, hold on. I also have a very funny meme I have to send into the Horsing Around chat that I need you guys to react as I continue to work to build this tier list.
But we could also talk about a not 5-star movie that we watched this month that you have particular interest in, Jacob.
I'm posting it in the Horsing Around chat.
During this month, we kind of Frankie helped me build this list of movies, and we kind of tried to order it in a way that had some thematic purpose. So at the beginning of the month, there was a lot of classic horror movies. So we had our Halloween, Psycho, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Friday the 13th, etc. And then we moved up in time into like 90s and 2000s horror. We did a little bit of spiritual stuff and found footage with Blair Witch and Paranormal Activity. And then so, As Above, So Below. And then there was a period of 4 movies, starting with Saw, that were all made by one director, James Wan.
My boy James.
And,
we should have watched Aquaman. We should have added
That's not a horror movie. It's not happening. No.
Look, the Trench movie isn't out yet. Yeah. The horror movie of the Aquaman universe isn't out yet.
Okay. But those movies were a time. I'll say that as the base level. Saw was okay. Not as good as I was hoping it would be for as much acclaim as the series has. But it had some neat ideas in it, and I enjoyed it for that. Insidious, fucking poo-poo garbage. Not as bad as Paranormal Activity. Kind of funny in some ways when I really don't think it was supposed to be, but it was funny. Just because it was really stupid at times. Conjuring was more, I think, self-aware and had more fun with itself. Still kind of dumb, but I don't know. I had more fun with it than I had with Insidious. And then the last film, which was released this year? Was Malignant this year?
Yes.
I think so,
yes,
yeah.
Malignant this year.
That was a good time.
The movie Good Time is a good time.
Okay.
You're thinking about Malignant, which is a great...
Well, if you would care to explain, because
that's my job.
You have no. I mean, explain the movie, because you're the spokesman for this masterpiece of James Wan.
Sorry, I'm getting distracted that the Candyman poster for the new Candyman says the word Candyman 5 times, like in the movie. Anyway, yeah. So I'm someone who really likes film that is like really heavy on themes and like motifs and all of that. But I like it when it's hidden behind just incredibly schlocky fucking shit. Like Spider-Man 2. That's the one I usually go to, and Malignant's going to be one up there too.
Yeah.
There are other movies, but those are that's the one I usually go to for a great example of this, where Spider-Man 2 is unironically a Greek tragedy that's hidden behind Sam Raimi being like, guys, he's the spider. Guys,
he wears the cool red and blue suit. He goes hopping around.
Spider-Man does whatever a spider can. That shit, like, Spider-Man 2 is like peak that. I think it's more successful than Malignant.
I would agree with you. I don't think Malignant is on Spider-Man 2 levels of good.
No,
but Malignant is genuinely. I mean, it reminds me like Malignant is probably in a similar category as Christine, which is a John Carpenter movie about the book Christine by Stephen King,
Mm-hmm.
where you watch it on the surface and you're like, yeah, that movie was like kind of fun and like there's some fun set pieces and it's kind of cool. But then like it like sits with you for a little bit and you think about it a little more and you go, oh, that movie's about like something else. Like Christine, which is a movie about a killer car, is about toxic relationships.
Yeah.
It's about being in a toxic and abusive relationship, which causes you to cut out your friends and somewhat tragically kill you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in the movie it's literal, but it's a metaphor.
Oh, I see.
And Malignant is another one about abusive relationships.
Yeah.
But this time, instead of it being a car, where it's not, the movie isn't about, Christine is about someone getting into an abusive relationship.
Yeah.
Malignant is about the literal cancerous cycle
of being
bazinga of suffering through the trauma of abuse and how the cycle of abuse, like maybe it's not even relationship abuse, but because relationship makes people think of like romantic relationship.
Yeah.
No, it's like, no, this is about like literal, like generational abuse that happens because abuse doesn't just affect one person at one time. It can affect you throughout your life in the same way that at the end of the movie in Malignant, the bad thing gets put away, but that doesn't mean the bad thing is gone. That doesn't mean like, oh, I will never, like, I'm free of the trauma of having this abusive relationship, which Gabriel is.
Right.
Gabriel is the Malignant guy.
Yeah.
And
Gabriel is the Malignant.
And when you watch the movie, you're like, I can't tell if this is intentional or not. It feels like this movie might be about like the cycle of abuse, but you know, I can't tell if that's like incidental because like part of the movie is also Gabriel fucking running backwards and doing superhero shit.
Yeah.
And you're like, whoa, that's fucking cool. Like, it's great. I love it. It's the best part.
They have a Kingsman scene in a fucking horror movie where this Gabriel character goes running around backwards in a police station, murdering the fuck out of all of the inmates in the jail cell and then all the cops in the fucking, like, detective room. It's insane.
And just to be clear, it fucking rules.
It's fucking insane. And
it's so good.
It's funny as hell, and it doesn't feel like it's a horror movie at all, but it's fun, and that's
no.
But
it's so good because in a multi-tiered list, he's doing all this, and also I think it's on purpose because there's too much shit pointing to like, hey, this movie's about abusive relationship. Yeah. Like Gabriel is literally a tumor that does not leave her because he is a representation of the multi-generational trauma that has happened in this family. Because it is heavily implied that Madison's mom was subject of horrific trauma because she got pregnant at like 14 and then her mom fucking threw her out on the street. And you're like, a lot of the pieces of this puzzle of what's happened to Madison's mom does not seem like it was like we were just like kids and it happened. It was like, no, she's like clearly like there's some like very not okay stuff happening. It never specifies anything, which I almost think is slightly to the benefit of the movie because you don't want like hey, let's talk about like serious sexual assault in this movie about
a demon tumor,
a demon Venom.
Yeah,
Venom.
Yeah, that's also it's kind of just like Venom.
It is like Venom, but I like this movie more than Venom.
Yeah. Oh, is that also? You know what? I was going to try and counter you with a funny haha about how she just gets superpowers from the tumor at the end of the movie, but then I realized that's kind of like she's gotten the powers because she's overcome the abuse. Like, do you think that's what they kind of were trying to say with that, or do they just want to give her superpowers?
No, I think that is you're putting too much. That was James Wan being like, no, she's a superhero now. No, you don't understand. She overcame Gabriel, and no, the putting Gabriel in a jail cell and Gabriel being like, I'll be back, and she's like, yeah, but now I have the emotional like, I've actually worked through this trauma. and I'm working to improve myself. And I know you will be back. I know the trauma of the abuse will come back, and it will affect me again.
Yeah.
But now I feel like I have a better control over my self-worth that I will not let you take control. Because, that was the other thing. It is literally about how abuse makes her a passive role in her own life.
Oh,
That's another part of Gabriel. Is like,
she's literally watching other things happen from like an out-of-body experience, and literally.
Yes. Like, she literally does not have control over her life.
Yeah.
And like, Gabriel also intentionally in multiple scenes is like, no, I'm the only one who understands you. We're the only two who understand each other. You can't have any, like, that's why he's like, hey, kill your sister. Do it. Because he's trying to isolate Madison from her support network.
Yeah.
Anyway, Malignant fucking rules. It's so good.
But you don't think the superpowers were part of the story there?
I mean, maybe, but I also think the superpowers were literally him being like, she's got superpowers now. No, her body and Gabriel's body are the same, and she has superhero. She's a superhero.
She's just a superhero now, and you know what? Good for her. Proud of her.
I'm James Wan, and I made Aquaman, and when I say she's a superhero, she's a goddamn superhero. You can't stop.
Oh yeah. But good movies all around. Would recommend any of those on the list. Honestly, though, I could probably say, like, if you've got the time, literally any of the movies on this list from this month, Frankie did a good job of curating what to watch. I would recommend almost anything on here, except for Paranormal Activity. That was fucking dog shit. I cannot believe it spawned so many sequels. Like, what the fuck, actually?
Well, it burned out real fast, so...
Yeah, but they still got 4 of them, or 6 of them. No, we watched
Just wait for the 2025 reboot, man.
I hate that I know that you're right. It's going to happen, for sure. And oh boy. We literally watched...
How about the Mark ones?
So that's the thing. We literally watched the first movie, and then we jumped straight to the 5th one. And the 5th one was actually kind of fun, in a stupid way, but it was fun.
Well, that's because someone was like, "Hey, wouldn't it be funny if we had some gang members shoot
witches,
cultists?
Yeah, shoot cult witches
and witches. Yeah, that would be pretty fun. Are you gonna put that in the movie?" And they're like, "Well, we won't tell you, but wait till the end."
But wait till the end. So yeah, that was fun, but I'm pretty sure most of the other ones probably don't live up to that, sadly.
Unfortunate.
But
sorry, I'm going through this list again. Poor Blair Witch.
Maybe I wouldn't recommend Insidious either. That one was also kind of poo-poo.
Counterpoint, that kid's dude, he's insidious.
But he's not. That's the twist. It's that the dad becomes Insidious at the end of the movie, not the kid. The kid gets out, and it's the dad gets taken over. Because it's fucking Insidious, Jacob. I don't give a shit about Insidious. Insidious, poo-poo.
That's an Insidious thing to say, man.
It is. I'm sorry. But I guess the big thing I've learned is that, like, the fucking classics that were at the beginning of the month, they're definitely classics for a reason. Carrie, really fucked up movie.
The Thing, starring Kurt Russell, the man I am currently dressed up as, probably one of my favorite horror movies of all time.
Oh.
I've got a little trivia fact for you guys about The Thing.
Okay.
Did you know they made a sequel video game?
Yes.
What?
They made a video game which is a sequel to the film.
Like,
it's not a video game adaptation of the film, it's a sequel to the film.
What was this? Is this? I'm looking at Google Images right now. Was it a game released on the original Xbox? Was that
probably?
So it was around that. I thought this would have been like released immediately after the film, like on a fucking DOS box or something.
Yeah, it was the original Xbox, a sequel to John Carpenter's 1982 film of the same name.
What the fuck?
The game was endorsed by Carpenter, who has a cameo appearance in the game.
Well, shit,
my fun fact is John Carpenter loves video games. He's like, oh, Assassin's Creed. I fucking love playing Assassin's Creed. Yeah, let me play Valhalla.
Does he?
Apparently, they were making a sequel to the video game sequel, but it was canceled in 2003.
Damn.
It's okay. That was the sequel to Treasure Planet.
I like that one of the fourth image result for the Thing video game is just a man holding a gun to his own head and another man torn in half hanging from the ceiling. That is that's they got the vibe of the Thing, you know? I feel like it's all captured right there.
That looks just like the movie, man. Yeah. It looks the same.
It's exactly the same. Perfect recreation. Although I will say, speaking of the Thing, real just losses for dogs across the board this month. Like, every single movie that had dogs in it, the dog dies. Or a dog dies, if not all of the dogs. Yeah. The Thing... The Conjuring. Conjuring dog dies. Conjuring dog dies. Fucking. What was else? Audition dog dies. Halloween dog dies. Fucking what else? There was a surprising amount of dogs in these movies, and they all died, and I was very sad every time. Every time I saw the dog come on screen.
Is there a dog in Hereditary that dies?
Yes. Yes, okay. There is. Yeah, because they had a dog. The family had a dog, and then the dog is dead at the end of the movie. God fucking damn it.
Hereditary, also a movie about family trauma.
Yeah, it goes hard. It goes very fucking hard. Good fucking lord. Yeah, so really wish there could be more horror movies where the dog survives. You know what? I need to go and seek those out. I need to find horror movies where the dog does not die. And maybe those will be more 5 stars. But yeah. They didn't even need to kill the dog in Halloween. Like, Michael didn't need to do that. He's just evil. So it's in character.
Dies on Halloween?
There's like a German Shepherd that's barking at Michael as he starts stalking around the house.
Oh,
and then he literally he just picks it up and you see the bottom half of the dog go limp as he fucking snaps his neck or whatever.
Yeah. And also there's the dog he eats. He eats the dog.
No.
Yes. What? No, not the second dog, the first dog. They go to the house, Michael Myers' old house.
Yeah.
You don't see it on camera. And they're like, "Hey, what's that?" And they're like, "It was probably a dog," and Michael got hungry.
Oh.
And then they keep going.
I do not
they're like, "Wow, that Michael guy's kind of fucked up."
But yeah, you know what? That sounds about right. Anyways. So yeah, that's been
Malignant.
My month. I couldn't tell. That's a huge shocker.
No, the shocker's in the Amazing Spider-Man 2. Oh wait, no, that's Electro.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's
Electro's in Spider-Man PS4.
That's true. And then fucking. You know, I feel like that's just gotta carry across all forms of Spider-Man, that he always makes like an abnormal amount of fun at the Shocker's name, because he really just ribs that guy so hard in Spider-Man PS4.
Dude, he's ribbing, dude. Rib for her pleasure, dude.
Thank you, Jacob.
It's a shocker.
But yeah, Suey Mama. I did play a bit of the new Dark Pictures game last night, House of Ashes.
What's that?
And fucking Ashley Tisdale is one of the main characters, which I did not realize.
Wait, that's Ashley Tisdale? She looked familiar, but I didn't realize it was Ashley Tisdale.
No, yeah, the new Dark Pictures anthology game has Ashley fucking Tisdale as one of the main characters, which is cool to see her again. Didn't expect her there, but here we are. Big fan.
Wow.
So
Twitter login is required. Okay, never mind. Sorry. Tiermaker has... There was almost a chance that Tiermaker required you to have a Twitter account to log in.
Incredible. Good bullet dodged on that one. Did you guys see that Skyrim is getting another fucking remaster?
Yes, it's the 10-year one. And they're adding a fishing minigame.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I love that. I didn't even finish watching the video because I just don't care enough, but like, they started the video by explaining that they were adding new free content packs, which are basically just their mods, right? Like they just
Yeah,
are
they're just
trying
putting
to
the mods in the game.
yeah, they're just like officializing some mods and dropping them in the game as like content.
They were like, we're
updates.
adding 260 free mods.
Yeah, it's like, guess what? We
Never
can get
mind.
a
Tier
million
Maker
more
does
on
require
Nexus.
you to have a. I need you guys to know something. Tier Maker requires you to have a Twitter account to make a password. To make an account.
Why do you need to make an account? You can just make the list and then take a screenshot of it, can't you?
No, it literally does not allow you to make new templates unless you are logged in.
Oh yeah, new templates. No, you have to take other people's templates. Why
Twitter
can't you
is
just take a
wrong.
horror? Like I'm sure a generic horror movie tier list template would have the movies that we were discussing, or at least most of them. Probably not all of them, because some of them are
Not Malignant, it's too new.
yeah, Malignant too recent. That's actually
Or
probably
Spider-Man
accurate.
2.
But I don't want all these extra movies.
Spider-Man 2 is a horror movie. Did you see that scene in the operating room when he goes and fucking murders all those doctors? It's fucked up.
Spider-Man
That's a good
2 literally has a scene where Sam Raimi is like, hey, you know this big blockbuster movie I just fucking made? Hey, watch this. I put a fucking Sam Raimi horror movie in it. You fucking idiots. It's gonna make $1 billion, fucking dummy.
Is Toby gonna be in Far From No Way Home?
Yes.
Is he
Yes.
gonna be in it? I think so.
I haven't even seen the leaked screenshots, and I don't want to because I don't want to spoil the movie for myself, but I know he's going to be in it. I know Andrew Garfield's in it. I know Toby's in it. It's going to be fucking great. And then...
What if they're in it for like 2 minutes and then they die?
That would be really fucked up. That would honestly... Like, I think people would walk out of the theater if they did that, you know?
Does Toby kill him when he gets instantly like shot by somebody?
I want No Way Home to be nothing but property dispute. Where like
oh, it is
he
like I think Toby
he ends up in a
or not Toby, but Tom Holland was like, yeah, this felt like an ending, you know, this really felt like a climactic ending. I'm like, yeah, Sony's fucking walking away from the MCU with this. There's no way they're not.
Sony was like, oh, we made a bunch of money off this. All right, thanks.
Bye.
The deal's over. This is the agreement we had.
You say I could make more money? I'm not interested.
But I don't know. They know that well, that's the thing, is that they keep yanking Disney's chain. Disney doesn't want to cough up more rights for Sony. And so Sony's like, we know that we have one of your fucking best characters, so we're just going to walk away with them. And they're fucking right. Like, that is...
Those Spider-Man movies are technically Sony movies.
Yeah.
Kevin Feige gets to have control over them.
Yeah.
But they're technically Sony movies.
Right. And so they know if they don't get more of a cut, they can literally just walk away, and then everybody's just like, wait, where does Spider-Man go? And then they just go watch those.
No, guys, we swear.
Fuck.
Come on, we gotta find a Marvel character somewhere that's like Spider-Man. Come on.
Do you guys want Eternals? You guys want Eternals? take these guys.
No, I kind of want to see Eternals because if most people don't like it, maybe I'll like it. But also, all the trailers I've seen of it look bad.
They really look
what
not
is
great.
the complaint about it? I haven't seen it. I haven't seen anything about it.
I haven't even. I've heard that the reviews were not great for it. I have not seen what they've cited specifically, but I'm going to venture a guess that it is probably just because it is another bland ass Marvel movie that doesn't bring anything new to the table.
One thing I've heard is I saw like a Reddit thread about people talking about why are people complaining. And someone was like, half the reviews I see are it's too different from the Marvel formula, and the other half are it's not different enough.
Yes.
Interesting.
Here we go. IndieWire, David Elric. This is someone I actually know. Let me see what he says about it.
No. I mean, maybe I'll probably catch up on it at some point, but I have nothing from the trailers has given me any extreme desire to see the Eternals, you know? Basically, the only thing I care about is that, what's the actor's name?
The problem is that it looks like such an interesting concept that I'd be interested in. Not concept, but like, it looks kind of interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And then they were like, well, we got to make it like a Marvel movie. Got to look like that. And I'm like, no, like this looks...
We gotta have CGI blob monsters for them to fight. And they really do.
Maybe this
and they don't look good.
Yeah, the CGI blob monsters are some of the worst. But I just posted in the chat. But like, look at these costumes.
Yeah.
And then look at the lighting choice they made for these costumes.
Yeah, it looks so fucking bland. Like this, it's incredible to me that they made Shang-Chi You know, that movie, for its
I
problems...
need to watch Shang-Chi still.
It looks bright and colorful. Like, they managed to not fuck up that part.
I thought they would have learned the lesson with, like, Ragnarok, which is the closest thing that Disney has come to color in their movies, where they're like, what? Some
What
visual
about Guardians of the
stylings that might
Galaxy?
challenge the audience.
Guardians has color.
Guardians has color.
Guardians 2 has color. Guardians
Yes.
1 does not have color. Guardians 1 still has the veneer of brown poopy. Don't like this.
Shooter video game that is gray, brown, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna show you on screen right now the only real draw I personally have for Eternals.
Is it Kumail?
Yes, it is.
like
It's Kumail Nanjiani, and he's fucking.
My problem
ripped
is,
now.
I was like, I wanna see Kumail in a movie, but then they were like, his power is he's got finger gun, and I'm like, hey man.
But his finger guns look cool. All right.
I don't know. Maybe
Look
Eternals
at this
will
fucking
be
ripped ass
interesting
man. All right.
because I like
see that
I
man.
like DC shit, which is like, here are literal gods. Now they are normal people, and I'm like, okay, I kind of want to see that, but I don't know if Marvel is geared towards that, and I don't think it
Marvel
is.
is, here's a normal guy, but now he's a superhero.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like, I don't know.
Like, also the Eternals is just, it's not just the new god, but it's kind of like the new god.
Hear me out.
Mhm.
If the Marvel universe went on long enough,
Yeah.
would every person in that universe eventually develop powers? Because like it's like Captain America, he got the super serum. Tony Stark made his own superpowers. Spider-Man got bitten. Ant-Man found the suit by accident.
Yeah.
So eventually, would everyone be able to have some way where they end up getting powers?
Well, I mean, I'm almost sure that is a thread in the comics somewhere. I think there's a thing where some kind of fucking mist descends on Earth, and then everybody becomes like a superhero or something. And then there's the polar opposite of that, where the Scarlet Witch is just like, no more mutants, and then all the mutants disappear, and that's most of the superheroes in the Marvel universe. So, get rid of most of those. And
yeah, so here's David Ellick's review. He's a guy from IndieWire who not know, you know.
You got his number on speed dial. We
yeah,
understand.
exactly. And once again, this is just one review out of many. Also, it doesn't have a number. Metacritic just assigned this number, I think. Double check the bottom of his thing.
Hold on. What does he say though?
He gave it a C+, but the quote on Metacritic that Metacritic picked up, and maybe I shouldn't do this because I don't really like Metacritic that much, but like it's the only thing that has reviews out for the movie right now. It's the only one who's conglomerating. But a quote from David Ellick's review was, by making such an unadventurous movie about how crisis breeds creativity, Marvel effectively illustrates why even the most independent-minded of filmmakers are powerless to evolve an apex predator franchise that doesn't have any Darwinian impetus to adapt. The machine's too big is what he's saying.
Cool.
Wow.
You can literally put the biggest, like one of the most independent directors out there in charge of a Marvel movie, and you're like, yeah, it's a Marvel movie.
It's because they have the
they have to follow the roadmap, right?
Yeah. Which I don't know. Maybe this one has more material on it because, you know, it's an Eternals movie, so they're planning whatever happens after, you know, phase 4 or whatever the fuck the last one was.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, like to some extent I watched Thor Ragnarok and I go, this does feel like a Taika Waititi movie, but it also kind of feels like a Marvel movie that is influenced by Taika Waititi. And that's what makes me like it more than the average Marvel movie.
Yeah, I mean, I would just... But I think there just needs to become... There needs to be more... Like, I mean, and this is, you know, speaking from somebody just being an armchair critic or whatever, but, like, I think there needs to be a way for the fucking head honchos who are planning out these roadmaps for the fucking MCU, that they need to build in a build in the capability for the individual artists to make their own movies.
Wow, you hack fraud. Hey, you don't even know how to run a studio.
You've never even touched a camera before.
I have no rights to speak on this subject, assuredly. But like I think
the problem is it's too big to allow that to happen.
Yeah, it's too much.
You also have to understand this is something being run by a company.
Yeah.
And why would they do that?
Yeah.
Funny enough, somehow, even though DC has a worse track record, I'm gonna say it. DC kind of does. DC is in a state that feels like slowly entering the future of superhero movies.
By Marvel. Just having
even though I don't like by being like, oh, all the time we've meddled. Like once again, Warner Brothers, cursed fucking company. They'll still fuck it up. Don't worry, I know. But the times it has worked, is like the parts of Wonder Woman that weren't controlled by Warner Brothers, which is basically everything except for the last sequence.
The last sequence was not great, man. That part was.
Yes, that's the worst part about.
We need to have
Wonder
a Marvel
Woman.
fight scene in our Wonder Woman movie.
Wonder Woman 1984, I hear not great, but at least it's Patty Jenkins being fucking weird. Like she's like, all right, in this movie we have the Wishing Stone, of course. We all know how the Wishing Stone works. You grant wishes, but it's like a monkey's paw. Oh, you don't know? All right. Well, a monkey's paw, and then like he goes on for like 2 hours in the 80s. And then I don't like the movies. The movies Warner Brothers as a studio doesn't care about are the ones that always succeed and make money. Wonder Woman 1, they don't really care about that one. It succeeds and make a fucking ton of money. Aquaman.
Yeah.
No one wants to make Aquaman. No one wants to make
Aquaman.
Fine, James.
That's not even Batman.
Just here, James. Just do whatever the fuck you want. You want like $500 million for it? Fuck it, sure. Oh, it made like $1 billion. Okay, thanks, James.
Fucking Shazam.
We'll take over the sequel. Okay, we'll take the sequel.
Shazam. What the fuck?
Who the fuck is Captain Marvel? No, that's a Marvel character. What if fucking fine. Get the guy from Chuck. Get the guy from Chuck and put him in a suit. That's fine.
No, I meant call Chuck, as in Charles Schwab, to make this a tax write-off. No, I didn't mean call the guy who plays Chuck. But yeah, like that's how it works. Is like the ones they don't care about succeed more. Because usually they're just like, I don't know, this is gonna make any fucking money. Who cares?
Yeah.
And then people are like, oh, this movie actually kind of fun. James Gunn's The Suicide Squad, even though that's not a movie I particularly enjoy a lot, it works better than the other movies earlier in the DC. Like
when they tried to make it part of the fucking their cinematic universe and they shoehorned in the fucking Joker.
Because James Gunn got to make the movie he wanted to. Yeah. And even though that one didn't make any money, it still succeeds better as a film than like David Ayer's Suicide Squad, where you're like, yeah, there's probably a movie in here somewhere, but it doesn't exist.
And that's why we need the Ayer cut.
No, fuck that. It's gonna be a bad movie anyway. Zack Snyder's Justice League, still a bad movie, but hey, guess what? It is technically a better film.
Yeah, it's his bad movie, and it's better than the one that was released to theaters, so...
Exactly. Well, but that's almost something I want to bring up. Like, you said it's his bad film, but yeah. I want to watch his bad film. I don't want to watch a bad film by committee, because a bad film by committee is fucking boring.
It's usually worse than just a regular bad film.
Yeah.
In a bad movie, where, like, it's Zack Snyder's Justice League, you're like... Dog, Ancient Lamentations for like the 50th time, dude. Are you sure? And he's like, oh, and I'm like, oh, all right, Zach. All
right, I'm ascending. All right, you got me. I think that's a good to go back to the whole fucking Sony Marvel split up thing. Like, I think they've got everything set up to really do their own version of what WB's doing by just establishing Spider-Verse as a thing, both in live action and in animation. They can just do fucking 15 different Spider-Man movies with different leads in all of them, and they can all be different movies.
I mean, I know the reason, but for no reason they're making a fucking Mobius the Living Vampire movie.
Oh yeah, they're also doing
Starring
that.
Fucking
Jared
the
Leto.
Joker, baby.
Yeah, they got their fucking vampire movie.
You're like, why? And the answer is, well, Venom worked, so like this has to work. And you're like, that's not how. Whatever. Okay, sure.
I can't wait
And
for
you're like-
Mobius. They're fucking on
You're
a
like, why?
podcast I love listening to, the fucking Funhouse podcast. They've been doing because one of the main guys, James Willems, has ribbed on Venom since it came out, and has then ribbed on the fact that it's getting a sequel and has done as well as it has. They've been doing a countdown to Mobius special sequence where they fucking just list off the infinitesimal scraps of information we've heard about this movie since it got announced like 5 years ago, to like be a countdown, a Mobius hype train little like special segment. And it's fucking hilarious because, like, yeah, who the fuck gives a shit about Mobius? Why is this a movie?
How dare you? Audience across America will wake up in fear and say Mobius on whenever the fuck that movie comes out.
Mobius.
Mobius.
Yeah, like that.
Jared Leto's
That'll be the
vampire.
top Halloween movie
Yeah,
of that year.
And before Mobius,
Anyway, Mobius trailer
fucking...
looks bad, and I didn't understand why they did it. It's very confusing. But I'm excited for DC's upcoming lineup. Black Adam looks fucking kind of weird.
Yeah. It
could be really fucking boring.
We talked about it a little bit last week, but I was like so surprised when they showed off like all these actors for superheroes that are apparently going to be in the Black Adam movie that I did not like. Why are they in a Black Adam movie? What is going on here?
What is kind of interesting about the Black Adam movie is that The Rock, if they actually commit,
yeah,
The Rock plays a villain.
Yeah, hopefully they do.
The Rock's the bad guy, and so far it looks like he is a bad guy because he fucking annihilates that fucking soldier with his fucking bare hand.
Yeah, fucking reduced to atoms.
And you're like, oh, I don't think The Rock's played a bad guy in like a long time. Maybe like Fast and Furious, but he's like
only in
barely a
Jumanji
bad guy.
2.
He's a bad guy in Jumanji 2?
No.
Okay. You can't scare me like that. All right.
But Jumanji 3, man.
Surprise twist. Evil Rock.
Nick doing his impression of average American audience member. That sounds like too much change. It's kind of scary. No.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to see what's in store. I really just want another fucking Into the Spider-Verse movie, which I think is what everybody wants, because that movie was fucking
incredible.
They're
gonna make one.
I know. It's already in the pipeline for sure. I just want to hear more about it. I want it to come out. And if they go crazy enough, they could put in fucking Andrew Garfield or Tobey Maguire and have their animated form show up. And I think that'd be pretty neat, personally. I think that'd be pretty fun.
Put in fucking PS4 Spider-Man, animated on the PS4 in the movie.
Dude, that'd be so fucking good. Oh my god. They fucking, I mean, they cameoed the suit in Into the Spider-Verse. Like, his suit was in that, thing or whatever, his secret lair. Yeah. So if they do that, fucking kudos to them. And they also have the video game rights, so it would work. They have.
I mean, also you have to remember that Phil Lord and Chris Miller currently work for Sony as Sony bigwig top dogs since 2019.
Oh,
where
like they're making like head honcho decisions.
Yes. Like Into the Spider-Verse, they were literally like, all right, you get the keys to the kingdom, boys. I don't think anything's really come of that except for Mitchell versus the Machines.
Oh yeah. That was fun.
Which is like a small project where
Yeah.
like I really want them to take the bag
and run with it.
Just to go.
Yeah, I mean they seem to have some pretty consistently good ideas, so hopefully that does work out. I really hope Clone High Season 2 is good. I really hope. I know you're cautious about it, which is understandable.
I'm so cautious. Season 2s don't exist in my mind. So many of them are bad. You ever watch like Log Horizon? I've said this bit too many times. You ever watch Log Horizon and you finish season 1 and you're like, wow, this is one of the greatest seasons of anime I've ever seen. And you go, whoa, wait, they have a season 2? And you watch it. You go, I didn't need
to see that.
One Punch
really
Man.
didn't need to see that.
Oh yeah.
It I don't know if it's as bad as One Punch Man, but story-wise, it's as bad.
They're making Mob Psycho season 3. I'm excited about that.
Yeah, hopefully they don't fuck that one up. But they didn't fuck up season 2, right? Season 2 was good, so there you go.
Sorry, you guys said shonen anime? No, can't. Is that like shonen? I don't know. What's that?
Or like Shonen D's nuts. I'm gonna just leave now. They're gonna finish. They're getting close to finishing My Hero Academia. That's like nearing the end of its
who gets
run.
expelled this time? I don't know. Everyone gets expelled.
That's the end. That's
the
your
end of the
ending.
show.
That everybody just gets kicked out
You
of
guys,
Hero City forgot
your
to
licenses. You're all expelled.
pass a budget this year.
If they were responsible, they would do that, Brad. They would be like, no, you can't do this.
For lack of funding. All the teachers get laid off and become Uber drivers. And
I'd love to have that little mouse principal as an Uber driver. That'd be nice.
Bakugan never graduates college.
Damn. Rip to Bakugan Battle Brawlers. The biggest lost in all of anime. Bakugan.
I have a lot of friends who are like, dude, I don't know what it is about Shonen. Shonen is like every other TV show for me, where someone is like, dude, you gotta check this out. I'm like, I'm sure it's
and then you don't check it
anyway.
out.
I go over here.
Uh-huh.
And then my friend is like, hey, you want to watch Yuru Camp? And I'm like, what's that? And I'm like, they just like go camping every episode. Nothing happens. I'm like, all right. Sounds good to me.
Yeah, that sounds good.
That sounds like a chill time. I'm down for a little chill little camping anime.
Anime I'll watch. Romance. Slice of life.
I was introduced to something
End of list.
recently.
What were you
I
introduced
think
to?
it would be directly in your wheelhouse if you haven't seen it already. Have you heard of Kaguya Love is War?
Yeah, of course I watch Caligula Love is War.
Is that the one with the pink haired girl who does the meme dance?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
Yeah, I've heard of that show.
I guess. What meme?
So it's at the end credits of the episode or something?
It's not at the end credits of every episode. It's the end credits of, I think, of like episode 4 in season 1. It's pretty early on.
He does a little dance and that caught on.
Anyway, I like that show because it really does emulate how I thought about relationships in high school, where I was like, I can't just tell them how I feel. That'd be cringe.
That would be cringe.
Oh, wait, this is literally the only thing stopping you from getting in a relationship with someone? Ah, fuck.
Nick, do you know the basic summary of it?
Yeah, I get the concept. It's a slice of life. Like, who will she kind of like confess?
Two people have huge crushes on each other, but they have to force the other person to say it first because they're like, my social standing dictates I cannot do it.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is because they literally go to a school of the elite of Japan.
They go to the Danganronpa school.
Nice.
The guy, the class president isn't that. The class president got a scholarship and to go there.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's like, well, I'm the president. I can't my status basically says I can't just ask my vice president out.
Can't do it.
But if she asked me out, then it'd be different. Then I wouldn't lose any social standing.
Yeah.
And then the girl is like, well, I'm I'm the daughter of a fucking multi-billionaire.
Trillionaire.
I'm the vice president of the school. I can't just tell him I like him.
That's insane.
What about my pride?
Blasphemy.
And then you're then Chica's just there being I think people should say what they feel. And you're like, what? No, that's not
insane.
how the show works.
It's fucked up.
With your mouth?
With your words? No, I can't do that. Not allowed. Oh man. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good anime like that I need to watch. I still need to see the fucking Zombie Idol show that I remember was going around a long time ago.
Oh, that was pretty fun.
Yeah.
I haven't watched
it.
season
Looked
2
fun. It looked like a fun time. The fucking lifting dumbbells girl show also looks cute and fun. And also has buff girls in it, which is cool. And
Jesus, fucking calm down, dude.
And then what was the other one?
It's a good thing I've never been horny on this podcast.
Yeah, never ever.
Being horny on main is gross. No one else does it, and only you. It's weird.
Oh, there was one more that I'm trying to remember. I just had it, and then I fucking lost it entirely.
Oh, and Jujutsu Kaisen. That's what you were thinking of.
No, I did see some of that while other people were watching it. It looked alright. It looked like another shonen anime, and I
It
feel
is
like
another shonen.
my hero.
I mean,
is enough for
I
me.
got relationship anime for days. I could be like, yo, you gotta watch this,
Naruto.
but I won't. I
No.
won't say it, so I won't out myself.
No,
You should
no.
watch Chobits.
That's the opposite of fucking relationships
Chobits
in
rule.
Naruto.
Dude, Naruto and Sasuke. What are you talking about? It's the opposite.
Okay,
of
yeah, you're right. You're right. That is a true relationship, and then they fuck it over in the end.
Chobits is her, but good.
Is
The movie Her?
The movie Her.
The one
with
where the guy
Scarlett
fucks the
Johansson?
robot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucks his Siri.
It's like that, but it's good.
Ah, I see.
iRobot.
Now that was a movie. That's it. It was just
That's
a
the
movie.
scariest Halloween movie of 2021.
Card Capture Soccer was pretty good, but well, that's got romance. But it's not primary. That's closer to a shonen. I don't know. I could say Quince, but then I'd out myself as a fucking.
If I remember it, I'll drop it in the Horsin Around chat later. But
Jaws 3D. It's Jaws 3D. That's what
Yep.
Nick was thinking about.
Yep, that was the one. Thank you. I couldn't have done it without you. Anyways, we've blown our hour here, so thank you guys for watching. Love your costumes. Hope you guys enjoyed watching us in our costumes discuss all this dumb shit. But in any case, thank you guys so much for watching. Stay safe out there, and until next time, peace out.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.